everybody. We's back. Yay. AJay the CEO. Thank y'all so much. I need a vacation from my vacation. I appreciate y'all. Got a lot of stuff happen right when I got back. Thank y'all so much. First off, actually, let me verify my sound. All right, so sounds good. Thank y'all so much, folks, for all the love and appreciation in the comments. Right when I got back, found out my Aunt Eunice, who's also my godmother, passed. Her birthday was on the 11th, but she passed on literally Monday. Thank you for so much of the love. And then, unfortunately, about 30 minutes later, I heard my cousin Eric's wife passed on my mom's side. So it has been up and down, but thank y'all so much for the prayers, the concerns, the emails, the comments, everything like that. Really, really appreciate that. Plus, I'm back in the saddle playing for the choir at the end of this Sunday and the first Sunday in January, and then we are back on the plane to Chicago and Florida to help out. I got a bunch of y'all have reached out to me and scheduled some stuff with D to when I'm in the area to holler at y'all. I'm talking to Mr. Daniel and a bunch of other stuff. So really excited about a lot of things going on. I got a couple of reviews that I need to review. I posted a picture of this and it finally came in. The Zoom demand for the studio camera, which is actually on right now, over here. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. It's over here. So we're going to be doing that. I did a review. It didn't come out the way I wanted to, so I'm going to re-record that and try a different style. But yeah, I appreciate it, folks. If y'all don't mind, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you have that bell notification on. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos. We are around 4,564 subscribers away from 50,000, because y'all know we're going to be giving away PTZ Optics is giving me a PTZ camera to give away to one lucky person, and I will be giving for a runner-up, I will be giving an ATEM Mini Extreme as well. So make sure you go to grow.ajhomes.com/50K giveaway to enter for that. You only got to be entered once, but get as many people in your ministry to enter. Hey, and we're looking at blessing some other folks. We got my next Bless This House system is on the desk right here, putting this together. We're going to be blessing a ministry that has helped me so much. I was actually just doing some work with them the other day, so I'm going to be building that here shortly. And I'm just going to be hanging out with y'all. I put out a post asking if y'all wanted a live stream today because I really wasn't going to do nothing. But, hey, y'all asked. Hey, thank you so much. Thank y'all so much again for all the concern and the condolences. I really, really appreciate it. We move forward, folks. We move forward. So the funeral is on Monday, so we're going to be traveling to take care of all of that. My sisters are going to be singing. Me and my cousin, the one who I did in the video, Junebug, he's playing. So he's going to be on the organ. I'm going to be on the piano. And that's what my aunt said she wanted for the funeral. So that's what we got. But more importantly, folks, I am here. Hey, I'm here to answer some questions or just hang out with y'all because, like I said, I'm doing this for y'all. Let y'all know some of the plans that I have going on. We're going to start doing a private Q&A for my Patreon supporters as well as YouTube members. That's going to start up next year. So it might be the day before or day after. It might be the same day as our regular live stream. I don't know yet. I'm going to be testing that out. I'm going to leave that up to the members and Patreon supporters to do. And you can always become a Patreon supporter or a YouTube member. By clicking the join button down below. Patreon is go to patreon.com/AJaytheCEO. And in full transparency, like I shared with y'all before, all the patronage that comes helps fund these Bless This House and the giving aways and things like that. The goal for next year is to hit $1,000 coming in monthly from y'all, from the supporters, and that's being turned around and going into an ATEM Mini Extreme or whatever equivalent equipment that's going to be donated to one of the supporters, YouTube members or Patreon supporters, and it's going to bless them. But if they decide to say, hey, bless somebody else, We will. It's going to be dictated by y'all. It's funded by y'all and it's dictated by y'all what we're going to do, but I'll randomly pick somebody. But be on the lookout for that. I am here. Paul, you want to know the link? The link is right there, grow.ajhomes.com/50K giveaway. Also, I have recently changed over my email. My business is ran by Google Workspace. I've moved AJayhomes.com over to Google Workspace. So the email, let me know if y'all have any issues with the email. It should be working. I've been getting a whole lot of spam and junk. So I moved over to them to make stuff a lot easier. And I don't like Zoho for one thing, Bluehost for another thing, and I just centralized everything. So I think I've blabbed enough. Make sure, folks, if I don't get to y'all's email or your question, you can email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Give me 72 hours to respond back to that. I'll do the best that I possibly can. I am taking my equipment with me while I go to Chicago. So we're going to commence back to our roundtables and all this other stuff like that. I'll let you know for my traveling situation. I think Sunday, we're probably going to do a, if anybody wants to, we're probably going to do a roundtable on January 2nd. That way, that'll be that Sunday, because next Sunday, I'm going to be traveling back from Chicago, so I won't be able to be on the phone. But I think I've blabbed enough to stall to let everybody get on board. So let me do some shout outs here and some hellos. Darius, hello. Thank you so much. I appreciate being back. Francisco, the new dad with very little sleep. Hey, what's going on? Patrick, I appreciate. Said he couldn't stay, but wanted to tell me happy holidays. Thank you, sir. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays as well to all of y'all. Ms. Wanda, hello. Thank you. Streets of Destiny, what is going on? And I addressed this, Francisco saying why can I not see that comment? Oh, there it goes. Says all he wants for Christmas is his 1-month-old daughter to sleep through the night. Hey, I told you, white noise, man. White noise, that helps. Let's see, what else we got here? John David, hey, Merry Christmas. Mousy, hello. Joe Lee, hello. Hey, I appreciate Joe. I have not had a chance to get over to my P.O. box, but thank you so much for the book that you sent me. I will get it as soon as I possibly can, maybe Tuesday, since I'm going to be at the funeral there. Leo, hello. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. John wants to know, I'm going to be in Florida about an hour north of Tampa, January 13th through the 19th. I have some other ministry. I might be down there a little bit longer. I need to circle back with D because I think I forgot. Somebody else wants me to do an on-site while I'm down there, so it might be in Fort Lauderdale. So we're going to take a trek across Florida to do that. But let me know. I can't pronounce your name, but hello, thanks for joining. Let's see. All right, first question here from Joe, and let me bring up my NDI so I can see this a little bit better. Wants to know, could you explain the differences between Vimeo, Restream, Yardstream? Never heard of Yardstream. I think you mean StreamYard, and their functions. Well, it all depends. Vimeo has actually joined the camp of doing all this fancy stuff like everybody else. Restream, well, let's just actually look at them. Hopefully, I won't show something I don't need to show here. Yeah, we don't want to show our accounting. We don't want that to go public, AJ. Let's see. All right, let's drop this. Let's go to Restream, and then StreamYard, and then Vimeo. I'm gonna open these up first. Let me log in to make sure we get to everything first. All right, that's StreamYard. That's Restream. I don't think I have an account anymore with StreamYard, but let's see. Maybe I can do a trial real quick. And then Vimeo. So again, give me a half a second, folks, because I need to prep for this to bring all this up. Also want to give a big shout out to my brother-in-law. He was actually running a, Formation Sports was running a basketball tournament. So that same video, we talked about how to do a paid event. We have been doing that for the last, well, he's been running it for the last 3 days. I have been the person behind the scenes, the man in the chair handling that, the back end stuff. All right, so we got all of them up. So let's go ahead and cut over here. We're going to start with Restream. Right there. And let's go on the lower right. All right, so Restream has made some changes to where they are a service that can restream to multiple other platforms. So like right here, I had Periscope. I have my person. This is my gaming one that I haven't used in a while. I would stream to YouTube, my Sir Triggerlot channel, Periscope, Twitch, and a bunch of stuff. That used to be the only thing they did. Now they have their own software, their live studio here. And it might pick up my camera, my ATEM, since I'm connected here as well too. So now you can come into this. Let's see which one there's paired with. Default input. Yeah, so it's looking at my ATEM, which I don't want to do because it's going to have a loop of a loop. Yeah, it can't be used because it's being used by another application. That's fine. So now this is acting kind of like a StreamYard. And let me mute this so that I'm not having an echo. So I can do everything inside of this. I can bring in guests. I can do graphics. I can do logos. I can do all this stuff. Be mindful, this is the exact same thing that StreamYard was doing originally. So it allows you to do the same thing. You can invite guests, you can capture your screen, you can do a screen share, you can do picture in picture, side by side, all the stuff. So that's one thing. And then now StreamYard is literally the exact same thing. I just signed back up for this. I have not used this in a while after this time, but it looks like my accounts are still linked to this. So you can still broadcast this the exact same way, the exact same functions that we're doing. And I don't want to link this to anything. So this is the free one. So I don't think I can really create anything. So this one is giving you a broadcast studio just like Restream. So if I come in here, see, it gives you the exact same functions. All right. I think COVID has really pretty much taught people, these other companies that are doing this, that they need to offer something like this. So it acts the exact same way. So I don't need to go through all the bells and whistles, but you can do literally the exact same thing. And then Vimeo has been doing something as well too. So if I come in here and do a, what is it? They just added this. So creating a live event. I don't think, no, that's not that. Where's it at? Oh yeah, stream with Vimeo. Yeah, this is it. So if we look at this, guess what? Look, it's the exact same thing, folks. It does the exact same thing. All three services allow you to link your accounts and go to multiple platforms, all this other stuff like that. So, it's mainly a cost thing. To do the most expensive out of all of these is Vimeo. Vimeo is almost around like $900 a year. This is what I use for my business to do private streams, upload content, videos, management. When I'm editing videos for a client, this allows me to upload it, give them a kind of a sneak peek so they can take notes and stuff like that. I really don't recommend Vimeo unless you have multiple purposes for it. Vimeo allows us to live stream to multiple platforms at the same time. That's not meaning multicasting, as in streaming here, Facebook, YouTube at the same time. No, I'm talking about having multiple live streaming events at the same time. So if I go back over here to my Formation Sports here, for example, we were doing a basketball tournament. So we were doing a girls game and a boys game. Both of these were going on at the exact same time. So if I came over here, it was an entire different game that was being streamed right now. This is the pre-recording of what was already going on. So this is what was going on, but at the same time, there was another game being streamed in a different gym at the exact same time. That's the benefit of Vimeo, because I believe other platforms you can't do that at the same time. I don't know from a cost standpoint. I mean, we might as well look, and let's see. Let's see how much StreamYard costs. I think it's like $30 or something like that. I don't know. What's the cost? No, I don't want that. I don't know. I need to look at the cost. But, I mean, honestly, all three of them are exactly the same, long story short. So, long, drawn-out answer, but hopefully that answers your question there, Mr. Joe. All right, Joshua here. Question. What's a good starting place for a ministry currently using the iOS device to only stream to Instagram? Well, it depends. What do you want to go with this? This is similar to what I just did at Wayside. They were just live streaming with their iPad, and a good starting place for me, because I can always give you something cheap, but I don't want to do that, is rather to spend the money and do it right the first time and then waste money doing it right the second time. So for me, from a ministry, first I would, even though the iPad is good, if you want higher quality, you want to add other stuff like that, I personally would do a ATEM Mini Extreme at the base. I actually have a Live Pro. I'm in talks with the client, Live Pro. They're going to send me their updated version. So that review is coming pretty soon. So I'm not going to reference that one until I've actually got my hands on it. So I would say the ATEM Mini Extreme, just get that, because that can handle recording, multi-view, output going to other televisions throughout the sanctuary. It can handle the live streaming. It can handle the recording. You can have 8 inputs, and you can just start with something as simple as these camcorders. This is still the original camcorder that we started at my home church. This is a Canon CX230. This is, I mean, you can't even get these anymore, but I mean, this thing was $180 when I got it. Not very expensive, but you start with this and then you can upgrade to this. Like, I started with a webcam. I'm using a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera right now. I got a studio camera, camcorder, top down camera, micro camera, all this other stuff. And all of that has been driven off of here. But I need to know where you want to go with that. I mean, if you're not trying to do any of that, I mean, you can just go with a good, powerful laptop, a capture card, and one camera. You know, kind of want to know what the vision is of what you want to do with it. Let's see. So yeah, a bunch of people are saying, yeah, StreamYard and Restream is exactly the same. Vimeo is exactly the same. It's just, it's behind a much higher pay gate. Vaughn here. Hello, part 1. Have you experienced any issues with the Aura SDI to HDMI converters not working properly for ports 2 and 4? Honestly, this is one issue that's known. For whatever reason, on the ATEM Mini and the Mini Pro, ports 2 through 4 are not as strong as ports 1. I don't know why that is. So yes, I've had an issue with that. But I think the main issue is not your converter, it's the input. How I got around that is make sure that your ATEM is specifically set to a resolution. I think the Ori, if you're using the same one that I've used, it's only 720p or 1080p. I would set it directly to 1080p and then find out whatever frame rate is coming in, set it to that, and see in the ATEM, set it to that frame rate instead of auto, and see if that resolves your issue. All right, and then part 2 to this question is, posted my color issue a few days ago on Facebook group. I have a feeling I need to use the Blackmagic converters for that to work. I don't think it's that. but you could try. And again, the converters are cheap from Blackmagic, and they're rock solid. Like, this is the original I had. This was the bidirectional I still use. And then here's a one that I had left over, one of the newer ones, the SDI to HDMI 3G version, and they just came out with a 12G version. I mean, retail price for this is like $49. Retail price for this one, the bidirectional one, is $65. They're great. They're great. I would try that first. Try to set the settings in the software first, and then see if you need to move over from there. But I think it's honestly an ATEM mini thing. Let's go to our next question here. Hey, AJ, thank you for all you do. Hey, you're welcome. What can we do to prevent the video camera's mini port from detaching from the video camera? Is there any adapter we can purchase? Well, what type of camera do you have? There are HDMI locks that you can use. And where is my other camera? Hold on. I have a lock that I use. Give me 1 second. Let me grab my camera. Where's my camera? Watch, I'm going to find it in a second. I don't know where my other Sony camera is. Oh, well, I'm going to have to show you. I have these cameras that I get a small rig frame from. And you can get different small rigs that go with specific cameras. Like, I'm using one on my Blackmagic one. I don't need one on this Sony camera. I'm looking for the ZV-1. I just had it. But anyway, it would get a frame, and they have all these holes on here that you can screw in a mount, and there's a specific lock that you can get on it for holding a camera. And I mean, not a camera. See, I told you I was going to find it. It was right here behind my computer, and I didn't notice it. All right, so what I have here is it has this little lock, this locking device here. And it's meant that's where you would put a cable in here. So the cables that would normally go on here, HDMI or whatever, you would plug it in, and then they have these little screws here that you would cinch this down like this. So now the cable won't come loose. I have one for the power as well as the HDMI. So you plug the HDMI in, cinch it down, and then it just doesn't move. And that was a small rig. Now, you can get frames like this. I mean, this was like $10. The frame was like $25 for this specific camera. Need to know the type of camera that you're using. And if you don't, you always could get their specific HDMI locking type of adapters that you can use. But I kind of need to know which camera you're using so I can point you in that direction. I'm glad I found this because I got a bunch of videos on here I need to pull from here. So hopefully that helps. All right, Paul was saying, am I missing something? The link is showing up as a 505 error. Well, let's take a look at that because that's not going to be good if it does that. grow.ajhomes.com/50K giveaway. Huh, okay. Yeah, we're having an issue here, so I'm going to have to See about getting that resolved. Yeah, I think it's something with ConvertKit. So give me a second. Well, give me some time and I'll fix that. But that link will work, and you never know, I might be able to fix it while we're talking. So sorry about that, Paul. I will work on that shortly. And of course, they're asking me for my email while I'm trying to do this. Let's go to the next question while I'm pulling this up. It's nothing like multitasking, ain't it, folks? Wanda wants to know, can Restream or StreamYard allow you to broadcast to the Zoom platform? No, you cannot stream to Zoom. You can stream from Zoom. So, you know, you could, I mean, there's a workaround to do that, but it's kind of convoluted. You could use OBS and then have OBS broadcast to Zoom, and then also have OBS go to your Restream or something like that. Because when you stream from Zoom, Zoom will limit the quality of your image. It compresses it. That's one way you can do it. But no, there's no way currently that you can directly stream to Zoom because it's a closed platform. Keith, AJ, hope you had a nice vacation. It wasn't long enough. And just to let y'all know, it was in the news. That ship came back, the Oasis of the Seas. It had 14 confirmed positive tests of COVID. And I can attest, there were a bunch of idiots on there. They have everything on there saying wash your hands, wear your mask in these type of areas and stuff like that. And it was just people that were just stubborn and didn't want to listen. Like, yeah. So the fact that, you know, not trying to belittle, I hope everybody's taking care of themselves who came back positive. But, I mean, there was like at least 2,700 people, if not more, on that ship. So to have 2,700 people and 14 confirmed cases, I did get tested again. I don't have nothing, so I'm thanking God for that. But yeah, it was decent. Back to Wanda. Well, Joshua, you're welcome. And then back to Wanda. When are you in South Jersey area across from Philly? Well, I actually got a friend up in that Jersey area. I don't have any plans right now, but I mean, that's a train ride for me. So I don't have any plans right now, but I have to circle back with her and see. Paul from watching from Malaysia. Awesome. I was just talking to one of my friends. We're maybe wanting to visit Malaysia next year. We'll see. Joshua also would like to know, can you speak on the super source on the ATM stream and some best use scenarios? Well, there's a bunch of them. I don't use it as much as I used to, just because people complain when the type of videos that I do, when I use the super source, it makes it difficult for people to see. And why is my ATM software not opening up? My streaming my Stream Deck software was not working, the button that I had pressed for it. So like, for example, what's a good shot I can switch this over to? Let's use this one. All right, so I have my super source, and this is the one that I had set up in a video that I had used before. And like for this, I tried this to do my tutorials, but the issue is when I would have my desktop in this screen, it was too small to see what's going on. I'm thinking in another scenario, you can use the super source for when you're doing scripture and lyrics. You can bring that up instead of using DSK. You can do it that way. You can have side by side, kind of like what they have in the news or in sports, or when they have two people that need to be on focus. In a choir, if you have two cameras, you can have it set up and you are doing, like right now, this Sunday, we're doing Now Behold the Lamb by Kirk Franklin, and I have two soloists. If I had the ATEM Mini Extreme with the super source functionality in our stuff at church, we have the ATEM Television Studio HD, which does not offer this functionality. What I would do is have one camera locked on one soloist and the other one, and then have the choir in the background, and I can have a picture-in-picture of both, have them side by side. It's all in the creativity of how you would do it. Those are about 4 ways I would use that. Also, if you looked at my hybrid service, when I showed the service being streamed, I had a background that was just a blurred out background with a TV, and I super sourced the video coming from the sanctuary on that TV. That was with super source. So the image was in the background. One box was the feed coming from the sanctuary. The other one was the green screen of me in front of it. So it's a lot of things that you can do with that. Uh-oh, the man, the myth, the legend, Josh is here. Hopefully he's not going to get me in trouble. Hey, didn't realize that there was a Christmas episode. No decorations. Man, the decorations is that, look, oh, well, see, Josh, I do have decorations. The shirt is the decorations. I ain't got enough space in here to do decorations, so we're going to be trying to work on that. The main thing is, like I had somebody say, AJ, why don't you rent a studio? I don't want to rent a studio. I'd rather look at getting a house and then turn one of the rooms into that. I don't feel like paying for an apartment and a studio when I can just get a house and have one payment. So that's one of the other goals that we're working on for this year. I don't know, Josh. It all depends. I'm talking to a couple of friends to see what's going on. I have some other folks who are not really doing anything for the holidays, so we're probably going to get together and make a marathon of watching The Matrix or something like that. So I don't know. But thanks. I might drop in there. Augustine, see, now I'm going to put you on blast for this one. It ain't no Xmas. It's Merry Christmas. But thanks, Augustine. I need to circle back with you as well, too. We got that, the Bahamas stuff. I need to download that video and send it to you. But thank you. Augustine is one of my video editors out of Florida. I've never even personally met him, but hopefully when I go down to Florida, get a chance to actually see face-to-face there. Appreciate you there, brother. Mike, do you know of any churches that are having services only on Zoom, not in person, but have the pastor and a few choir folks streaming from sanctuary to make it feel more like an in-person? Yeah, I know a bunch who are still doing that. I mean, but what question do you have directed to that? I do know of a lot that are doing that. Liberty Baptist Church, I believe they're doing that, even though I installed the equipment for them to actually live stream. I had a video of me doing that. They haven't came back yet. And I have a lot of ministries that are now going back to doing that because of these other variants and stuff like that. So let me know if you have any other detail about that. Mr. Clarence, AJ, trying to use DaVinci to extract a timeline from an MP4 video and save as a clip. Totally confused in the 3853 page manual. So give me a synopsis again of what you're trying to do. Trying to use DaVinci Resolve to extract a timeline from a MP4 video and save it as a clip. Give me some more specifics, and maybe I can try and give you an example live of how that works. But I'm not understanding exactly when you're saying extract a timeline. Help me with that, and then I will see what I can do. Because, again, I ain't got nothing going on today. So, I mean, this is probably going to run a little bit longer unless I got to go to the bathroom or something like that. Streets of Destiny here. I'm preparing to use a JVC Evero 1080p for a static shot while using PTZs for other shots. I am planning to use Restream to YouTube and a second computer with OBS to Instagram. Happy New Year. Awesome. I remember Streets of Destiny's been talking about his setup and stuff like that, so cool. I think that should work well. Mr. Otis, what is going on? Merry Christmas, sir. I have somebody else that's reached out to me. I might be in the Texas area next year as well, too. Man, y'all think I'm joking. Y'all be messing with me talking about I'm going to cry. Man, it's not that I'm crying. I'm very thankful. Just to say that where this started from, to be able to interact with so many people, visit so many places and stuff like that. Like, I bumped into one of my friends I used to work with, and we haven't talked in about like 2.5 years. And she was there when I was originally talking about doing this. And now that she sees where I'm at, she's just like, man, nobody can say God ain't touched that. And I'm like, and that's why I'm thankful for it. I mean, because I don't feel that I've done anything great, but I'm just so thankful for all the y'all wonderful people being able to help y'all so much and just being able to share. So, I mean, I say that really, really humbly. I really appreciate it. I mean, I've never met Otis, but I mean, we talk all the time on the conferences and it's on our conference calls and Zooms, Josh, everything like that. And it's like, it's awesome when we can actually all work together. That we've had so many different denominations and all this other stuff that we just don't care about that. And it's about trying to help each other the best that we possibly can. That's what we're really about. So I'm just thankful about that. Back to Paul. Hey, AJ, do you have any idea of taking my laptop HDMI out, then connect to a phone to stream to Facebook? Now, what do you mean by HDMI out? So you want to send your laptop video to your phone? Is that what you're trying to say? Or are you saying using your phone to be the bridge to get you internet for your laptop? Let me know which one that is. Little man 329, hello. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, all that stuff to you. Rhonda, hi there, just a comment. I found corrupt MKV files I've tested are read on DaVinci Resolve when remuxed to MP4s, where I have not been able to read the same files. Yeah, DaVinci Resolve. So let me translate this for the people who don't understand this. In OBS, normally, and actually, let me just show you. I think this will be better. Let's go to the page. No, let's actually use the super source. And that way, y'all can see some of that. So what screen is that? I don't want to do center. Yeah, let's do center. Even though I don't want to do that. Take this full screen. All right, let's go over to the super source. All right, so here in OBS, you can do recordings. Y'all like my wallpaper. I found this. This is really cool. It has a whole bunch of scriptures and stuff on it. But inside of OBS, you have a couple of settings of when you're recording. I personally like the MKV and I like the FLV. And the reason why is, and if I switch to MP4, it says it right here, warning, save. First, you can't pause the recording when you're doing this type of format, and recording saved to MP4 or MOV will be unrecoverable if the file cannot be finalized, meaning that if something disconnects, OBS crashes, you've lost the entire file. But the MKV or FLV will allow you to pause, stop. If something happens, you still have everything else before that. When that recording is done, so let's record here for half a second. All right, we'll stop. And we just made a recording. When Rhonda was talking about remuxing, that's here. The remux will turn the recording of a FLV or MKV into an MP4 file. So if I find where I just recorded, right here, see that was an MKV file, and it will turn it into an MP4. That's that part. Now, what she was saying is that sometimes other players will say that an MKV file is corrupt or an MP4 file is corrupt, but DaVinci Resolve can still read it. So a long explanation for those who did not know that. And if you are recording in OBS, please change it to MKV or FLV. It will save you. When that one time OBS crashes and then you completely lose everything, it is worth you moving over to that setting. All right. Thank you, dear Rhonda, for sharing that. Little man wants to know, how do I use Proclaim and OBS together? Should I use Proclaim? I mean, it doesn't matter. You can. But first off, are they on the same system? I need to know that before I can really answer you. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Back to Otis. Because it's for non-compliant people, I don't want a chance to cruise just yet. Understood. I stayed away from everybody, and I was wearing a mask all the time. I didn't know if y'all I took a bunch of video and pictures from there, but I just didn't know if y'all would want to see that. I might start doing some of that stuff on my own personal channel, which has absolutely no subscribers, because I want this to be nothing but media ministry stuff. I don't want to start putting lifestyle and things like that. When we got the Tesla, when we get the Tesla, I have another channel called the Tesla Smile that y'all don't even know about. I'm gonna start putting stuff on that, but I like to have my stuff segmented. I want people, when they come to this channel, they know exactly what's gonna be. I don't want them to be like, man, is AJ gonna be gaming today? Is it gonna nah? But I don't know where that came from. But yeah, it was about the cruise. So I got pictures and stuff like that I can share and do in a video if y'all want. But it was interesting. Joshua wants to know, when are you going to dive into audio also? Well, I'm actually doing audio installs as well too, but I mean, what type of audio are you talking about? I'm still a novice on a lot of the stuff, the installing of the sound and stuff I've learned in setting that stuff up, and there's still so much. Me personally, when I get more space, I'm actually looking at getting an X32 or maybe a Midas so I can have that board here. That's the same reason why I got the Mac Mini that I have not even used, is right here on the table to help out some more. But, it depends. I normally get stuff based on what the community asks, and it's within my budget to try and help from a training standpoint. I don't do one-off stuff unless it's like under $100. And then at that point, I give it away because I don't need it. Paul Garcia here. Hey, AJ, I'm running vMix on a Dell laptop, i9, 32 gigs of memory, 1650 GTX graphics card. Every once in a while, it says the GPU is overloaded in vMix. It works about 95% of the time, but just occurred this weekend. Are you sure inside of OBS? I mean, in vMix. Why am I saying that? That's strange. That is really, really strange. Make sure that you have the latest drivers. I literally have one here that I need to just finish installing myself. The most recent version with the GTX line is, NVIDIA drivers is 497.29 that came out on the 20th. Make sure you got that. And then sometimes, let me see. I have vMix on here. Let me see. Let's verify the settings that needs to go into vMix. I don't want to activate it. My vMix is not liking the fact that I had a different code. Okay, it won't let me open it. Let's do a trial. I just want to get into the screen. That's all I want. Okay, it won't even let me open it because it's saying the version I have on my computer is out of date. All right. I don't want to mess with the one that I'm using right now that I'm streaming with. I'm going to have to circle back with you, Paul, but there is a setting on there that would just... Let me see if I can do it on the screen. I don't have a way to show it to y'all. Performance. So under the settings in vMix, if you go to... Can I screen capture this and send this over? Yeah, give me a second. Let me see if I can... Looking for my NDI stuff. All programs, NDI, where's it at? Let me know, folks, what y'all got. Y'all got any big plans for today? All right, I think I got it now. So I need to share this screen with y'all. There we go. All right, so that's my center monitor. No, I don't want that. I want the straight center monitor. There we go. All right, so inside of here, this is my streaming system that's sending this out to y'all, to the web presenter that's streaming in 4K. So under performance, make sure that you have verify that you got this stuff set off. That's the only setting that I'm aware of for making sure that that's going on. I'm more leaning towards making sure that you have the latest drivers there. And are you running Windows 10 or Windows 11? That's my other question for you. That's how my stuff is set up. I don't, and I'm using a Radeon 7, and that was an old graphics card I still had. But yeah, let me know. I've never had that issue at all. I've never seen that. I've seen that in OBS. I have not seen that there. I'm leaning towards maybe it's a graphics card driver type of thing, Paul. But let me know. We'll see what we can do from there. And back to Paul again. In your experience, how is the performance on the web presenter when using mobile data to stream? It is fine as long as your phone has good reception. I just recently upgraded to the Pixel 6. I have not tested that yet. I might want to play around with that. But I'm gonna ruin a surprise for y'all. What I'm really planning on doing is I'm looking at getting a Starlink satellite. Once they're in my area, I want to get one of those, and I actually have some solar panels, portable solar panels, and a portable battery. My whole intent is to go out in the middle of a field somewhere and see if I can live stream off of that, and then also test it compared to like a mobile phone, because like my uncle, he lives out in Gladys, and he's like in a farm like with 30 acres just with nothing out there, and there's no internet out there, and all they have is like hotspots. I want to go out there and test that to see what the performance is and see if can I do a full Q&A from out there, solar powered and through satellites, internet to see. So that's coming in the future. And I think we did the Bible trivia stuff, so I told y'all about that. We got all the new sauces from Hot Ones and everything like that. So that's going to be fun. Where do we leave off at? Joe wants to know, what are the specs of the lens you are using that you are looking into? This one right here is a Sigma. Let me get it because I don't remember it right off the top of my head. I got it from Adorama. Let me log in to make sure I can get exactly what it is. It is a Sigma 16 millimeter f-stop 1.4 micro four thirds lens. There is no zoom. It's just right there. That is what I'm using. I got that off of a suggestion based off of what I like, what Monty Weaver, he had on his camera, and I asked him the same thing, and I looked up the same lens for my camera, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, and that's what that is. And it's a very, very good lens. I like the bokeh that it forms around it when I actually set it up. So really cool. Streets of Destiny wants to know, is it possible to edit a live Instagram video? No, unless you record it externally and then you upload that edit to replace the one that you've done. Otis. And let me close this so I can read. I have the studio equipment to convert one of my rooms, but I'm too tired and lazy right now. Understood. I need to, I just moved into this apartment, but I'm running out of space. And they only have one more apartment. It's a 3-bedroom. But I would need to give them a 90-day notice. And I don't want to go through changing business, all this other stuff, addresses all over again. I don't want to do that. So I think my next move is going to be in a house. So, but I got you. Don, hey, Merry Christmas from Virginia. Thank you so much. T. Hey, AJ, the video you did on the church using the iPad is exactly how we stream. My question is, the way you did that design is what we are trying to do, but the only difference is we would only want to show our presentation software inside the sanctuary. So how would you do that? That is very simple, T. All you would need to do is make one setting change inside of the ATEM. So if I cut over to my ATEM, and I actually have this in the beginner's guide of the ATEM that I did. So if you come over here inside the software, when you have this connected, you would go to your outputs, and instead of doing program, which is what will be connected to the screens, you would just pick your presentation system. So for me, say I'm running everything off my Mac Mini. If I just did that, that's the only thing that's going to come out. That's all you have to do. That's the only change. Really, really simple. So hopefully that helps you. Mr. Clarence, back to his timeline question. Have a timeline marked start and end, saved to the media pool. Want to save it as an independent clip. Oh, I got you there, sir. Let's go ahead and just show you real quick how to do that. Let me switch this over to a single screen so that y'all can all see what's eyes doing. So let's, and let me bring your comment up again to make sure that I did not misunderstand what you said. Have a timeline marked start and end, saved in the media pool. Want to save it as an independent file. Gotcha. So let's turn off dual screen. Turn off full screen. So that I can now move this. All right, so we are here now. Let's go to screen number 3. Picture in picture. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, maybe I can give y'all a sneak peek to some of this cruise photos here. Sorry, my brother-in-law was just calling me. So say we got, I don't know. Let's say we do this one. All right. So the idea was, and let me know if I'm wrong, Mr. Clarence. So you have a clip like this. This is actually from Coco K. Now it's there. And we want to do a timeline. So the first thing we would do, let's go back over here to media actually. And what you could do is come over here and set this to your in and out using I and O keys, or using these for your in and then your out right there. So something like this. And then I just drag this down here, give it a subclip name, and now this is saved. Now back in edit, we hit Control N to make a new timeline. And then I can just drop this here and then pick that timeline, and there you go. And that's how you could make that. So let me know if I went too fast for that. All we did, let's actually just do it again, AJ. So we have our clip. Let's pick another clip here. Let's say like this one. I had a friend on my shoulder here, and I didn't drag all of these over here. So we got this one right here where this monkey was on my shoulder. You gotta get that monkey off my back. So we come up here, pick this clip right here, and I'm gonna drag it down here in the timeline, give it a name. In the media pool, excuse me. And there's my other clip here by name, subclip. And then I would just make a new timeline, Control N, and drag that timeline there. And then when I go to make it, there it is. And then you can make it as an MP4 or whatever file that you need. So hopefully that helps you there, sir. Let me close this out. Let's see where everybody is at. Can I share the wallpaper? That is dope. I will. Let me find where it is, and I will put it up on. I'll put a link to actually, where can I put this at? Maybe I'll put it on the Dropbox link, or maybe I'll put it on I think I'll put it on my website, and I'll put it that way so y'all can get to it. So let me find exactly where I put it. Yeah, it goes. Cool. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on my Dropbox, and I will put a link here down below so that y'all can get to that. Now I'm actually making it right now. I think I got enough space for that. Yep, there it goes. Let's give it a different name. Scripture wallpaper. All right, and we need to create a share. Create, then copy link. All right, copy link. All right, there we go. So here is scripture wallpaper. Hopefully that goes through. It should. I will put this in the description as well too. Scripture wallpaper. And maybe I should do a bit.ly link to make it shorter. Why is it not letting me be? It's like for whatever reason, I'm logged out of everything. Give me a half a second, folks, and I'll have the link down below. Well, the link is already in the comments. I'm making one that's inside the description of this Q&A. All right, so that's all done. Updated link. All right, so y'all should be good. I put both of them there. So, yeah, I found that when I was like, man, that's a really cool wallpaper. Bill, hey, AJ, thank you. You have helped so many. Built a computer based on your specs, bought the PTZ you unboxed, and followed directions on running everything. Christmas service tonight with the new setup. Well, great success to you, Bill. I'm glad everything helped you out. Back to Rhonda, who was talking about the MKV. Do you have a preference? No. Honestly, I've been picking MKV because that was just a setting when I installed OBS, and it works. So I've used both. It doesn't really matter. But currently, that's what I have. Augustine. I don't know why I said Justin. Augustine, no, I did not. I intentionally did not take my laptop with me. The only thing I took with me is my camera. I'm just letting y'all know, the issue that I had with the book is when I was doing an update on Kindle, I accidentally hit the delete button. So I'm under a penalty right now for trying to cancel something that was by accident. So I have to wait a certain period of time before I can relist everything again. So my apologies. The goal was to have the book done, but when I had that snafu by quickly clicking something without paying attention, I deleted it, and I'm in the process of trying to rebuild the whole thing. So my apologies for that. But no, I did not work on a book during the holiday at all. During my break. Back to Paul. Regarding my question, normally we use landline to stream out from OBS to Facebook, but the other place, they don't have internet connection using mobile hotspot, but is not strong enough. Okay. And then the next part. So I thought if I can take my HDMI out from my laptop, connect it to a phone, so basically the phone will be doing the live streaming. No, I don't think it will work that way, unfortunately, unless there's an app that I'm not aware of. But to my knowledge, no, that wouldn't work that way. Back to Josh. Oh, Josh, you know what? I found in my drawer that I forgot to send you. This is the shoe for to go in the back of that Panasonic camera. I saw this in the drawer, and I was like, oh, maybe he needed that, but he didn't say nothing. So let me know if you want that, and I'll mail it to you. or I'll probably mail it when I'm in Florida, so you get to you faster. But back to your question. Well, if you don't mind, AJ, my church is rebroadcasting an old Christmas play, and we're going to watch it tonight at 7. All are invited. Okay, awesome. Share the link on the Facebook group, please. And if y'all are not a part of the Facebook group, hey, what are you doing? Join the Facebook group. It's like Q&A all day with media ministries all over the world, and I'm sure somebody on the face of this planet has the same equipment that you're using in this group. We are 2,600 strong, growing every single day. So make sure you join that, folks. It's awesome. And if you don't mind, folks, if you it seems like it's 43 people watching, but we only got 17 likes. If you don't mind, please hit that like button if you haven't. I'm sure some of y'all will subscribe, but if you haven't, please hit that subscribe button. That way you get notified. And then hit the bell. That way you get notified when we come out with videos. I've talked about why this is important, because this is how YouTube engages and knows this video is relevant, because they're not looking necessarily, they're looking at satisfaction from videos now. You're probably seeing that that survey that's popping up. That's what's more important. So you need to educate y'all on my behalf, but also educate your members, the people who are watching, your congregations, whatever, to do the same thing. Because what's the point of doing all of this and you're not branching out beyond just the people who are already in your local ministry? It's about sharing to everyone. And why not use the tools that have been set up that send you all these stupid dance videos and cat videos, and my personal favorite, the Huskies singing, because that's what me and my daughter love. They send that to us. Why? Because of the engagement in us recommending it to people. You want the same thing being done for your stuff, all right? Know the platform and the tools that are being done. It's something so much better than just, yeah, you can live stream to Facebook and YouTube and all this other stuff, but there's a whole other level of tools that most people are not aware of, and that's how the system works, all right? So hopefully that helps. Cordell, hey, AJ, you are more a blessing than you know, my brother, to the audiovisual ministry, not only here in our country, but abroad as well. Keep doing what you're doing. You're making me look good. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad what I'm doing is being helpful. Otis has a suggestion there for the vMix issue in settings. Sure, you have the checkbox you use. Yep. Thanks, Otis. And I think Paul is making some suggestions as well, too. If it just got worse recently, the question is, what did he change? New version of the software. Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking that as well, too. But Windows has been doing some really funky stuff recently. Streets of Destiny is saying what they got planned. They have Christmas dinner tomorrow at 6 to 5. That's awesome. They're actually, I wish they had let me know. They're actually at my church right now doing a massive toy giveaway. I want people to know media can help promote this, but hey, I'm glad we're doing something for the community, which is awesome. Back to Lil Man's question with Proclaim. Yes, Proclaim is on the same system. I have 3 screens for one PC. I have another PC I can use for Proclaim. Should I put Proclaim on different PC and use NDI? You could, if the computer is fast enough to run. Like my system right now is fast enough to live stream and do everything on one screen. That's what I used to do originally before I split it out. If your system is fast enough, all you would need to do is in OBS, do a screen capture of the output from Proclaim, and that will be fed into a scene, and it can be done as long as the computer is fast enough to handle the streaming and doing it at the same time. Yeah, Josh, I saw you tried out the Pixel 6 at Best Buy and left a video on there. Go ahead. Come on to the Android side. Leave Apple. Fox 916. AJ, just tuned you in using the ATEM Mini Pro for our streaming. The audio was completely out of sync with the video. How do I get everything in sync? Well, I need to know, Fox 916, how do you have everything connected? What is it your audio coming from? And I'm just wondering if the ATEM is out of sync with your audio. I mean, first off, is the audio going into the ATEM, or do you have the audio going into something else? And then also how many jumps that are going, if you have different devices going in, need to know that to try and diagnose what's going on. Josh was saying, I believe Mega Lag had a video similar to working outside with Starlink and a Jackery portable machine. Yeah, I think I saw something like that too. I think my main purpose is trying to have it to where we're seeing what type of ministry experience can we do, because it's a whole bunch of ministries that are still complaining because they don't have internet in their area. So I want to do one specifically for that, because I think that's the whole thing. There's so many people on YouTube to do the same stuff I do, but my main focus is just from a ministry standpoint, which I think is very unique. It's a bunch of people doing that now, but originally there wasn't a lot of people doing it. Paul has a suggestion: letting the phone stream HDMI in might be more adaptive to the bandwidth. I would agree. Otis said that there's maybe that's the same driver. I was just downloading myself, suggesting that there's an updated NVIDIA driver I might want to try. Awesome. Rhonda, I was really hoping for Starlink by now. Notification that mine was pushed back to mid 2022. Yeah, I saw the same thing. They changed the design as well too, so it's a lot smaller. But yeah, I'm looking at getting one as well too. My mom is complaining about Comcast, and if it was in the area, I would put that on her house as well too. Shane and Hannah, what internet cable do I need for a PTZ camera? Honestly, it doesn't matter. You can go with a Cat 5e. You can go with a Cat 6. I stick with Cat 6 just because it's faster than Cat 5e, and then I got tons of it. I got like 3,000 feet of it in these boxes from all the installs that I do. I mean, but the main thing is, if you're using it just for controlling the camera, that's not a lot of data, so a Cat 5e is perfectly fine. If you are streaming and sending video from NDI from the camera, I would say go with a Cat 6. If you're just using it for control, sending power and stuff like that, a regular Cat 5e would be perfectly fine. No need to go to a Cat 7 or nothing like that. Aaron wants to know, how was your vacation? It was good, but I tell people a lot, I need 2 6-month vacations 2 times a year for the next 30 years, and then I'll be satisfied. T said, so a follow-up, say we wanted to show the live stream for some reason, could we just switch that back and it would show the video on the screens? Yes. Yep. That's as simple as it would be. Augustine. So we decided to stop live streaming after January 2022 and will continue to publish edited versions of our service to our YouTube and podcast platforms, and we'll be putting our time and resources into creating short-form content to reach a broader audience. What are your thoughts for smaller churches live streaming in 2022, and whether it is still viable since most people are back in person? I think it's very viable, because we don't know how far our video is reaching. You know, we can easily say, this is my opinion, it can easily say we're going to stop live streaming because we're going to focus on this, this, and this. But you never know that form may be what is reaching one particular person. I still believe in cast the net wide, meaning that if I want to do live streaming and then want to do video editing and then make different type of content, I'm like, why not do all of it? Unless it's a manpower issue. I think all ministries, no matter who it is, they have a unique message that's meant to reach a specific person. And whatever message and whatever method that they use, I think that's the right method. Like somebody asked me on the Facebook group, what are your thoughts about Meta? And I'm like, I don't care. It's like whatever tool is available, can it be used for ministry? Yes. Is it right to be used for ministry? Can it be used? then yes. I don't think, there's a problem with any of the tools. Every good and perfect gift comes from God. So it can be, anything can be used to share the message. So I don't believe in cutting back just for the sake of cutting back. Now, if you were saying that y'all decided to not live stream and not do anything and just try to demonize and tell everybody just to come back to the building, I personally think that's wrong, but that's me. But I'm not a part of your local congregation. There may be a reason for doing that. I think that if you have the power and the ability to use the tools, unless there's something that's causing y'all to not be able to use it, or it was a decision made, then I would think continue to keep doing it. That's just me. But good question though. Josh talk about he just sent the meme. Man, I didn't even plan on doing a live stream until I saw some people respond. But awesome, Mr. Clarence. You are welcome. Let me know if you have any other issues with that. Abraham, what is going on? Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas to all the missionaries too. God is good all the time. Yes, he is. Josh wants to know, where does that go? It's a slot in the back, right above the battery. It slides into the back, and this will give you a mount so you could use, different things like this, adapters for mics and stuff like that to clip on. That's what it's for. You'll see it is right above the battery slot, Josh. Cedric, any suggestions on when Facebook Live says waiting on and OBS indicators are all green, CPU 40%? When it's saying waiting on, it's saying it's not getting your feed. I would verify that you got the right streaming key and it's actually going there. Even though there's a such thing as persistent keys, I don't trust it. Even though I put them in there, I always eyeball it and just copy your stream key and paste it again. Because once you hit stream on OBS, as long as that key is right, that waiting should not be showing up. You should be seeing video coming from OBS. Rhonda has a big shout out for the Facebook group. Yep, it is. It is. Keith, tell him, Josh, come on to the droid side. I got my little girl turned 7 on the 22nd. Proud of that little thing. Love her to pieces. And she wants to be an astronaut. And I'm like, she takes after her daddy, because that was the same thing I wanted to be when I was her age. So I got her a Lego starship that she was building and stuff like that. So we're going to play some more around with that when next time we see around. So love the little one right there. Maybe I should put a bigger picture on there, but that's the one with her Lego satellite. But Yanni, daddy loves you. Let's see. Any more ministries here? Hey, AJ, we just came back now from our Christmas Carol service and am glad to say our live stream is amazing compared to where and how we were. Thanks for your tutorials. Hey, I'm glad been able to help. Awesome. All right, let's see what Josh's talking about. Also, last promotion for stream. There's a product we wanted to get in the vlog that was only available online. I got it today, so I will wrap it today on stream. Okay. Lawrence. I don't know if y'all know that. Lawrence! That was from Ratchet and Clank. I don't know if y'all play that. But hello, AJ. I would really like to meet up with you when you in Chicago. Well, email my admin D, and we'll see what we can do. Or just email questions at ajhomes.com, and I'll forward it to her for that. So, again, email me here, and we'll see what we can do. I had a unfortunate issue with PayPal. I don't know if y'all have PayPal Business. They had a limit on my how much I can make for an order. So when I was ordering all the equipment for Chicago and having it shipped, they canceled my order twice, saying it was insufficient funds. But for all it really was is they only allow a certain amount of a transaction every single day. So that's why I'm sitting here hitting refresh to make sure this order goes through, because I'm going to be there on the 3rd. And if that stuff is not there, I'm flying to Chicago to do nothing. So I'm checking that out. So if any of y'all have that, that's one thing to be mindful of. And where is this at? Did they ship it? Please tell me they shipped it. It looks like. Did they ship it? Yeah. Okay. It's almost says shipped. It almost says shipped. So I'm just eyeballing that to make sure that goes out. Aaron, thanks for all you do. What I do for this small church has caught some other churches' eye, and they want me to set them as well. Hey, that's what it's all about, man. Pass it on. Pass on the knowledge. I'm passing on knowledge to y'all, not meant for y'all to keep it to yourselves, but to help other people in your area. So awesome. Congrats on that. Leslie, we now have real members in other states, so we can't stop. It's another form of church, or an extension, because the church is the body, which is awesome. Back to Fox 916, PC and camera sound card all into the ATEM. I'm trying to think what else streams to YouTube and Facebook. What else streams to YouTube and Facebook? I mean, but that's back what we were talking originally. You got Restream, you got StreamYard. Any of those could work. But that's strange. There is a setting inside of your ATEM software. If you're having a syncing issue, you can come over here. And here we go. And then you can come over to the gear, and then you have audio. No, AJ, you're in the wrong place. Go to audio, and then you have this delay up here that you can put a delay on to see if this will help you get it in sync if it's out of sync. But I mean, I'm wondering. Make sure you have the latest version of software as well too with the ATEM. I'm one behind. It's actually on 8.6.4 currently, but I think that's just for the Mac. The benefits of that. Let me see. Let's see. And I just realized, AJ, keep your mouth shut. I just noticed something. Yeah, that's the latest. Is 8.6.4 is the latest. So I would try that, make sure, and then that delay, see if that can help, and see if you can dial that in. And I feel like I got to sneeze. Back to Augustine. So we've been live streaming for 3 years, and on a regular basis, we see 2 to 5 people watching the stream on a weekly basis. We know that the people watching are already going to our church. And as a team decision, we felt that stopping the live would not change the fact that they can still see it after it's been edited. We just don't feel that the value is still there to do it live. Hey, and that's cool. As long as it's been an actual thought out decision, I think that's great, because I think most people don't think. but that's good. Yes, Josh, it is a cold shoe adapter, since no power is going to this in any way, shape, or form. So this is a cold shoe adapter. Leslie, it's not beginner friendly, but DaVinci Resolve, I still recommend. Now, I do have another video that I've been meaning to do. I've been playing around with the script, which is awesome. I need to sit down and actually do a video on it. I got a bunch of videos I'm trying to catch up before I head out to Chicago, but we'll see. But that's one I like. The only thing I don't like about it is a monthly fee. It's $30 a month. DaVinci Resolve is free. Yes, it has a steep learning curve, but it's free. Once you get it, you got it. See, y'all cutting up now. Ron is on, I'm about that Apple life. And then Josh up here talking about co-signing. There we go. No. Talk about Apple Club. No. Back to Paul here. The other place they are using an A10 Mini. So they tried using the USB Type-C cable with the Tough Gaming laptop and graphics card with 32 gigs RAM, but could able to control the software, but in OBS. I missed that part. Feed does not pop up, so I tried using the webcam out with the capture card, and it's coming out. Type-C to control only. That's strange. I would say, especially in Windows, make sure that you don't have the privacy on the camera for that specific camera. That might be what's blocking it if it's showing up somewhere else. And you don't necessarily need the Type-C to control it. You can always control it over the network as well, too. Actually, no. I actually was just talking to who was I talking to about that? They said they just watched The Witcher. I have not gotten into the games, none of them. And I'm not really a big TV watcher. The only thing I have is Disney Plus, and that was for my daughter. And then when I watch Marvel stuff. So all of the Marvel stuff except for the Eternals I've seen. I ain't going to ruin it for you. Y'all need to go see Spider-Man. But before you go see Spider-Man, make sure you're caught up on the What If episodes, all that stuff. It will save you. And then also the Netflix stuff and all the stuff. Yeah, I'll leave it that way. Man, we have super focus mode, Josh. Daddy needs to say, Otis, I've tried to do that, but what I'm really thinking about doing is taking her on a trip to Boca Chica, and we see one of the Falcon 9 launches. That's what I really want to take her to go see. Or maybe the Starship, when they finally, after all the political nonsense gets out the way, and lets them go test it. That's what I love to do. Well, Josh, you are missing out on a whole bunch of features, man. You need to update your stuff, man. See, that's that Apple mentality. Just leave it the way it is. Man, they're going back and forth here. Let's see. Stan, cinemas closed just before the Spider-Man preview in our country. Man, that stinks. See, this is why they should have now that it came out, what I really think Disney Plus should do, they should, like The Matrix, they released that in the movie theaters and on HBO Plus. I think HBO Max, I think that is a brilliant decision, because some people just don't want to go to the theater. Like when I went, thankfully in Florida, it was not a lot of people in there. But I mean, I love to just sit here, turn around and watch what I'm doing here. I think I think they should drop it the second week of January to let it be watched on Disney Plus. I think that would be awesome, because I will watch that movie at least 3 more times. Augustine agrees. Spider-Man was incredible. Yeah, that stinks. I mean, I want to see Eternals, but I think they just announced it's going to be coming in February, so I don't got to go to the movies for that. But yeah, it's awesome. Let's see. I'm not aware of that one there, Josh. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Yeah, folks, I really appreciate it. I'm going to work on getting that giveaway link fixed here shortly. Oh, that's what I had my screen up to do. It's right here on the other screen. They said they're performing maintenance. The world. So I'm gonna try and get the address fixed so that that will show up. But that link will be the same. I'm not gonna change it. I'm wondering why that got knocked out. That's strange. Let's see. Let's see. My spikes went down. Also, we're going to be doing, let me share with y'all. So the goals for this year, coming up year, we are going to, my goal is for us to hit 100,000 subscribers next year. Also for me to do 100 installs personal. So when I start doing stuff in January, you're going to start seeing a little counter for my goal of helping 100 new ministries doing installs. So that's going to be a counter there. I'm going to do a new link, just like we did before, of helping who's new to help start live streaming in this year. That's going to be a new 100K goal that we go towards that. We're going to have something planned for that as well, too. We're going to be doing some more Bless This House type of stuff. What else we got? We have a purchase that's supposed to be coming up in November. It rhymes with Esla. So we're working towards that. That is from a outside of this. This is a business thing that we're working on as well too. Excited about that. And what other goals we got? Looking at you never know. There are Augustin and D working on trying to bring them on full time. I got to make sure that the income is right to make sure, because I want to have some happy partners, not employees, some happy partners in my business. So we're working towards that. So we got a lot of goals for that, folks. But again, I'm going to make a new link for if you're new to live streaming, and kind of like the old school church thermometer. So we fill it up to once we hit our goal. And I think somebody else suggested this as well, too. I'm going to put a map up on my website, AJayhomes.com. So that way, y'all will know where I'm at. But then at the same time, where we can see where all the ministries are at, where we're, working together, where our e-missionaries are at. Also, we need to get some more time. We're going to set up, and we're going to have another e-missionary conference. I think part of it may be on site, but also some other people have asked me to do a live type of webinar type of training. I am going to look at doing something like that, especially through Vimeo, since they have that hosted. We're going to be looking at that. So we got a lot of things going on. I actually, hold on, let me get something real quick. We have our, have some back, please. We have our Bible trivia stuff that we about to amp up again, and we got the full package. All the hot sauces and stuff like that. We're going to be doing this at Gates of Faith, maybe my home church, also Spring Creek. We're going to be doing it for the individual ministry, live streaming it, so y'all can always watch and participate. But the idea is, once we go to these three ministries, we're going to bring them together in a head-to-head competition between the three ministries, and we're going to be blessing the winning ministry with $1,000 to go towards their ministry. So be on the lookout for that, because you never know. We might turn it on and have some ministries coming in remotely, because we got the ability. We have the technology to do that. So you never know. We might be calling on your ministry, and we might have to send them some hot sauces and stuff like that so we can compete and have some fun over some Bible trivia. So really excited, trying to amp up and do some new stuff to show that it's not just about live streaming a sermon. Media ministry can reach people in different forms of ministry, whether it be entertainment, just making people feel good, bringing people together, educating, a bunch of things. So I want to keep all y'all's minds open on what y'all can do as well. Back here real quick, Rhonda. Saw your video with Junebug, What a Small World. I never thought y'all knew each other and currently wouldn't know y'all related. My son thought that was too cool. Yeah, he actually lives, his studio is up the street from me. So yeah, Junebug, yeah. Cousin, really cool. Otis was saying, what giveaway? 50. Once we hit 50,000, man, we giving away, a PTZ Optics is giving me a 20X PTZ camera that we can give away, and I'm runner up is getting an A10 Mini Extreme. A. Watson wants to know, why when I turn off the ATEM Mini off, it goes back to a factory settings? Make sure you have the latest software installed first. And then once you come into the software, and I do this a bunch myself, come in here and make sure you do a save startup state. Make sure you have it set to auto save, and then also save something as well. Like every time I install something for a church, I set up everything. The audio is on and everything like that, the settings I want. I save the startup state and I do a save as. And every time it starts up, it goes back into that. Try that. If you do that and you still have the problem, make sure you do an update on the firmware to the latest version of the software, and maybe that will help. If you still have a problem, you need to contact Blackmagic on that one. All right. I'm going to be wrapping these last ones up here. Rhonda, that is an understatement. Back to Augustine. Man, I'm so ready to go into ministry full time and partner with you, and been a blessing for sure. Only God can connect people the way we've connected. I have to agree, man. I completely agree. I appreciate you for all the work that you're doing. Hey, Josh, I am open, man. You know, we come down there, I can burn some people's tongues up, man. I'm telling you, it'll be hilarious. It's going to be hilarious. But yeah, you can contact me and we'll see what we can do. Yeah, Mike, I was looking at that, and then that's when I got the email that Vimeo has it built in, and I'm like, I'm already paying for it, so I got it for free, so I'm going to try that one. And if that doesn't work, we're going to move over. But thank you for that. Jerry here. So excited about our system update in another month. Yeah, we're doing some work there for them. Hold on. Can I cut the camera over? Hold on. All right, so Jerry, I believe he's at the ministry that we're going to be doing an install for. So just to let y'all know, there's all the equipment for that. A bunch of fiber HDMI cables, 2 PTZ cameras. They already have a joystick, but we got some stuff in place just in case. Really excited about that. What you don't see is the Ethernet cables and all this other stuff that's out in the car. But really excited about that. We're going to be bringing y'all along, and that's going to be ministry number 4 in our countdown of the 100 for 2022. So really excited about that. And I think, and everybody's in agreement. Yes, save startup state needs to be checked off in your ATEM before you get that setting. So try that out there. A. Watson, hopefully that will help. And then Lawrence here. AJ, when we live stream on Facebook, I've been getting an error message stating waiting for live video signal. We have a Ryzen 9 32 memory. Have you seen this error? Yeah, they must have been doing something, because you're the second person that said that. I have not gotten that at all. I don't know. I'm thinking once you get after about 2 people, it's kind of easy to say it's the computer, but I don't think. I'm running a Ryzen 9 too, and I don't think the CPU has anything to do with it. It might be something on Facebook's side right now, I would think. I'll test that after I get off of here. I'll do a test just to see what I get. Jonathan, what are your thoughts on Windows 11? All my systems are Windows 11, as well as all the ones at my church. It's been rock solid. I haven't had any issues. Let me take that back. One issue I do have is the icons on the bottom of the screen. They are lumping together. If I put too many icons on there, But I think that's something that can be easily fixed. But from a performance standpoint, I have not had any issues at all. I think it's really great. I'm starting to putting Windows 11 on all the systems I'm building for people as well too. So that's about it. But I'm liking it so far. Back to Lawrence. That should not be a problem because I mean ours is at my church is 15 up, so you should be fine. I'm thinking it's Facebook. Back to Otis, saying we're dealing with the same issue. Our church at the last minute did a toy giveaway with a celebrity without properly promoting it, media ministry. The turnout was low. Yeah, I mean, and I say this, and it's frustrating sometimes because it's like media ministry is ministry. The fact that people don't realize the days of sending smoke signals to contact people is not as effective as word of mouth. Word of mouth is not as effective as social media. Word of mouth is good to people that you can trust and talk to, but I don't know about you. I don't want nobody coming up to me and coughing in my face. You probably to get an uppercut or a side kick to get you to be 6 feet back from me. I don't know why people, I mean, ultimately what it is, people are still resistant to stuff because innately it's a fear. It's a fear of change. It's a fear of, back in the day, I've been in church my whole life. Like my dad used to have to do everything. But the days that a pastor, a deacon, a trustee can do everything themselves, it's not possible. It has to be a team effort. So I mean, like even like this, I got a message, and I don't care what they say about this. I mean, it's true. I was told that like for our services at the end of this year that we don't need media, and I'm like, I think that's a dumb decision, but hey, that's what it said. So I'm like, so you just can't. I mean, that's what people just from simple. You just can't turn on the sound system. You need somebody to unmute mics and levels it, and this is this, but. The nicest way I can say this is if somebody has an affection and an intimate relationship with hitting their head against a brick wall, no matter how much you try to tell them that's a bad decision, I let them have at it. People are going to do what they want to do. So that's the nicest way I can say it. Raylan saying, as someone who isn't a fan of PTZ, I'd love to hear you sell me on them. I know many churches are attracted to them. I mean, I like them only because we had limited manpower. We used to have 5 camcorders, and we had one to the left, one in the back, one in the center, and we had them manned. And based on where our media booth is, it didn't give us the best shot because in our media booth, the geniuses who designed it have hanging lights that are in the way so you can't see. So there was no good place for us to place our cameras. So when we put the cameras up in the walls, we don't have a bucket seat for somebody to do it like that. Now, honestly, if I had it my way, I don't want to do PTCs. I'd rather have everybody be on studio cameras like this and be manned operators with headsets I can talk to and have somebody directly focused on one camera. That's personally what I'd like to do. I went to PTZs mainly because of we have a less amount of manpower, the placement of where everything needs to be. I mean, God forbid I would have somebody standing in a walkway with a camera. That's sacrilegious, So me putting them on the walls was the easiest thing for me. But again, I just do it just because most of the churches that I've dealt with, they have a manpower issue, but they want the production of it. But so I don't really want to sell you on it. I mean, you get what you need. So I've had the one ministry up in Chicago I'm doing PTZs, but I'm also doing a dolly cart like this with a camera on it, a camcorder on it. So it's up to you. Dylan, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Keith. Yeah, so I think we're good, folks. You never know. I might jump back on here again, I don't know. I need to holler at some friends, see what they have going on. Just let y'all know, like I said it before, thank y'all so much. This year has been awesome. It has its ups and downs. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm glad the little things that I do here, and I do consider what I do little here, is helping y'all in whatever capacity it is. I really appreciate it. I thank you for trusting me in what I've done. I've had so many ministries reach out to me that it's humbling that I'm out here in Richmond, Virginia, and I have ministries that have followed me on YouTube, and they're trusting me to fly me out to different states and different countries to help them out. That is humbling. I never thought this is where this would be. And I give, I'm first off thanking God for the opportunity that when he asked me to do this, I listened. And then just thankful for being in the place to being able to help so many. And it's so fulfilling. I really appreciate it. I plan to continue to do this as long as I still got breath in my body. So I'm really thankful about that. And again, big shout out to all my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much. I really appreciate what y'all are doing to help bless and support this ministry, because that's what it is, of trying to help other media ministries all over the world and empower them. You too can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, or you can click the join button down below and become a YouTube member. We're going to do some more bigger things for our members and supporters. Like I said, the giveaways, the funding that's coming in from YouTube for members, as well as the funding that comes in monthly for Patreon, that's being pulled together, and I'm buying an ATEM Mini Extreme. I'll probably put a poll out to see what I do monthly, and it will be the members and supporters get to choose where that $1,000 goes to. Once we get that, we're not at that point yet. We're about a third of the way there. About a third of the way there. So around like 370, that's what we have monthly coming in. So once we get to 1,000 consistently, we'll do that. When we drop to 1,000, we won't be able to do it, for that month. But that's the goal, transparently telling y'all so we can help out and doing some more things. We have a Q&A that we're going to be doing, a members, a supporter Q&A that's dedicated for them, and just trying to do some more content and show y'all, for example, what you can do with media ministry. Use myself as a lab to see what we can try out. We have a new project that I'm working on. I have this overhead camera that's really was made for drones and stuff like that. We're going to be building this into a completely remote controlled rig that's in a track that hangs from the ceiling for a ministry. So I'm really, really excited about that one. So we're going to have different type of arms and stuff like that. So we're back into building and electronics and stuff like that, like I used to do in the Marines. So I'm looking forward to that. We got a bunch of stuff going on, folks, but really excited. But thank y'all again. I hope y'all have a great Christmas, a great holiday. And we'll see what we can do. I think we're going to do... I think we're going to do our roundtable. No more roundtables for this year. Our first one is going to be January 2nd. But, be on the lookout. We're going to still be dropping some videos. I got some stuff to work on right when we drop off of this. So thank y'all so much. Really appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And if no one tells you this, thank you for all the hard work you've been doing this entire year in media ministry and years before. Your ministry would be missing something if you were not there. They might not tell you that they appreciate you. That's why I'm here to tell you that I appreciate what you're doing, because we're all a part of one body, and whatever you do in your state, your country, affects all of us. If what you do helps one person wants to accept Jesus Christ in their life, guess what? I'm cheering in celebration just as much, because we're all in it together. So thank y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful holiday. We'll see y'all in the next video. Later.